What happens if you drop a steel ball into the Mariana Trench? Mariana Trench. How deep is it, really? The Mariana Trench is the deepest known place on Earth. It lies in the western Pacific Ocean. Its depth is nearly 7 miles, or about 11 kilometers. If you were to lower Mount Everest into the trench, its peak would still remain more than a mile, or roughly 2 kilometers, beneath the surface. Interestingly, the trench is still getting deeper by about 400ths to 800ths of an inch per year, or 1 to 2 millimeters. The reason lies in tectonic movement. The Pacific Plate is slowly subducting beneath the Philippine Plate, which gradually changes not only the depth, but also the shape of the trench. It stretches in a massive crescent, roughly 1,580 miles long and 43 miles wide. That's 2,550 kilometers by 70 kilometers. The pressure down there is over 16,000 pounds per square inch, about 1,100 atmospheres. Imagine 1,000 elephants standing on the roof of a car. Water temperature ranges from 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. But near hydrothermal vents, it can spike to over 840 degrees Fahrenheit, about 450 degrees Celsius. Today, the Mariana Trench is the largest marine reserve in the world, officially protected. But what lies at its bottom, we're only beginning to understand. Mariana Trench. What happens if you drop something in? Let's say you drop a steel ball into the Mariana Trench. What happens next? It won't plunge like it would in air. The dense water slows it down. It would take roughly 12 minutes to reach the seafloor. Down there, the temperature is about 35 degrees Fahrenheit or 2 degrees Celsius. The pressure is over 16,000 pounds per square inch, more than 1,100 times the pressure at sea level. Even the water itself is denser than near the surface. For a human, that environment is instantly fatal. But for the ball, it's just a bit of a squeeze. It compresses slightly, but remains intact. At the bottom, it lands in a thick layer of sediment, compressed remains of microscopic organisms that have drifted down from above for centuries. And while it might seem like the ball could lie there forever, it won't. Mariana Trench. Why even metal doesn't survive at depths of 7 miles or 11 kilometers. Oxygen is almost non-existent. You'd think metal would be safe here, no oxygen, no rust. But that's not the case. Living in the trench are bacteria that don't need oxygen. They feed on iron. These are the same kinds of microorganisms currently consuming the wreck of the Titanic in the Atlantic. They don't just coat metal in residue, they break it down through chemical reactions. One species, Halomonas titanici, was first identified on the Titanic's remains. If a steel ball ends up nearby, these bacteria will begin using it as a source of energy. The process doesn't take a year or even a century, but in about 10,000 years, the steel will be completely gone. Mariana Trench. What scientists found at the bottom of the Mariana Trench isn't a lifeless void. Despite extreme cold, total darkness, and crushing pressure, a stable ecosystem thrives at the bottom. You'll find xenophyphores, single-celled organisms the size of a ping-pong ball, amphipods, scavenger crustaceans, deep-sea sea cucumbers, and fish with transparent heads and bright green eyes. There are even frilled sharks, which still carry traits from ancient ancestors. In 2021, scientists discovered thousands of new microbial species in these depths. Many don't rely on sunlight at all. Instead, they generate energy by oxidizing sulfur and methane, compounds that escape from Earth's interior through cracks in the seafloor. Even here, life doesn't just survive, it evolves. And anything that reaches the bottom, including a steel ball, eventually becomes part of that hidden world.